Hey there! Today, we're going to talk about a hidden superpower that you use all the time, probably without even realizing it. It's this amazing mental tool that helps you make sense of the world, and we're about to give it a name.
Picture this. You're in the kitchen, you're following a recipe for a cake, carefully measuring out the flour and the sugar, you're making sure every little bit is just right to get that perfect, delicious result.
Or hey, maybe you're getting ready for a big adventure, a road trip. You're staring at a map, calculating how much gas you're going to need to cover the distance and get where you're going without a hitch.
Even a simple weekend project, right? Like figuring out exactly how many cans of paint you need to buy to give a room a fresh new look.
All of these things, baking, driving, painting, they seem totally different, but they all rely on the exact same invisible tool. So what's the secret? What connects them all? Well, let's find out.
So the first piece of this puzzle is something called a ratio. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Oh no, math class. But trust me, stick with me here because this is way simpler and more intuitive than it sounds. Okay, let's dive into this. A ratio is really just a simple comparison. That's it. Think of it like a recipe's golden rule. It just tells you how much of one ingredient you need compared to another.
Let's imagine we're making some amazing lemonade, and the perfect recipe, the one that wins awards, calls for 2 lemons for every 1 cup of sugar. That relationship, that specific link between the lemons and the sugar, that is the ratio. It's what makes our lemonade taste incredible every single time.
So, in this case, our ratio is 2 to 1. We can write it out with a colon, just like you see here. But this isn't just a set of numbers, you know? It's our recipe for success. It's the secret code that guarantees the lemonade is perfect. It's all about consistency.
Awesome. So we have our recipe, but what happens when friends come over and you need to make a huge batch? Or maybe you just want a single glass for yourself. Well, that's where our second key idea comes in, proportions. This is how we scale our recipe up or down without messing everything up.
A proportion just means that 2 ratios are equal. Seriously, that's it. Think of it as keeping things fair. If you want to double the recipe, you have to double both ingredients to keep that perfect balance, to keep that same great taste.
Now, this slide shows it perfectly. On the left, our small batch. 2 lemons, 1 cup of sugar. The ratio is 2 to 1. Now, for the big batch on the right, we use 4 lemons. To keep it fair, to keep it proportional, we need to double the sugar to 2 cups. And what's really cool is that the ratio 4 to 2, well, if you simplify it, it's the exact same 2 to 1 ratio. The balance is perfect. Okay, so you get it. Ratios are recipes. Proportions are for scaling those recipes. Now let's put this brand new toolkit to the test with a couple of real-world problems that I bet you faced before.
The classic kitchen problem. You've got a killer cookie recipe that makes a dozen cookies, and it calls for 2 cups of flour, but you need to make 18 cookies. How much flour do you use without just guessing and hoping for the best?
We can solve this perfectly with proportions. First, what's our known ratio? It's 2 cups of flour for every 12 cookies. So we set up an equation where that ratio equals our new situation, some unknown amount of flour for 18 cookies. From there, it's just a little bit of simple math to find that missing piece.
And the answer is 3. You need exactly 3 cups of flour to make 18 perfect cookies. See? No guesswork, no stress. Just a perfect result.
All right, let's try another one. Let's go back to that road trip. Your car's fuel efficiency is a ratio, right? It gets 30 miles for every 1 gallon of gas. So how much fuel do you need for that 210-mile journey?
You know what? It's the exact same thinking. Our base ratio is 30 miles to 1 gallon. We set up our proportion. 30 over 1 equals 210 over our unknown number of gallons. We just need to figure out how many times 30 goes into 210.
And there it is. You'll need 7 gallons of gas. By thinking proportionally, you can plan your trip with total confidence. You know exactly when you'll need to stop for fuel. It's just incredibly practical.
So, we've solved a couple of problems. But the goal here isn't to turn you into a human calculator. It's about giving you a whole new way to see the world.
This was never about memorizing formulas. What you've really learned is a logical way of thinking. You've just gained a new mental tool that lets you scale things up or down fairly and predictably. Whether it's recipes, fuel, paint, or just about anything else you can think of.
And that's really the main idea I want you to walk away with. Proportional thinking isn't just some abstract math concept. It's a tool. It's a tool for fairness and for logic that brings a sense of order to all sorts of everyday challenges.
So the next time you're doubling a recipe, or planning a project, or even just trying to figure out a budget, you'll start to see this pattern everywhere. You have the tool now, so the only question left is, what will you solve first?